Hi folks, and welcome to Schick Happens. In today's episode, I'm going to turn this little pile of walnut into a little table. So stick around here on Schick Happens and follow me along as I attempt to build this. Now, as my previous videos that I have on woodworking or woodworking projects, crafts, they're not how-tos. I'm not showing you or telling you the best way to make something, how to make something. They're more just follow me along when I make something in the wood shop. There won't be any plans. I can answer questions down in the comments if anyone's interested in anything similar to this. There's a lot of, or these two boards here, these two pieces of walnut have live edge on them. And a lot of the furniture that I make, I like incorporating the live edge into that. Now, I do have a DeWalt planer, and this thing has served me well. I really like it. It does a fantastic job for what it is. And I could move this card out, roll this card out, and get this hose set up to a pail to collect the dust and plane these pieces of walnut down. The only reason I'm not going to do that today is I'm going to a buddy's to help him work on a miter station similar to what I have here, and he has an old school real nice industrial planer. I think it's on 240. I'm going over there. It'll take minutes to run these boards through his planer, so I'm just going to leave this sit and we're going to take care of that in his shop. Now, I'm not sure when I'm going to continue on this project. It's kind of something I've been wanting to do for a few weeks, but I just want to take the advantage of running these through his planer while we're over there helping him out. It'll be quick and easy. I'll get them down to the size I want, and then they're ready to go when I start this project. That might be in 2 days or 2 weeks, I don't know. But I did want to get some film and some footage of what these boards look like in their raw state coming from the sawmill. These were probably milled, this wood here, about 8-9 years ago, so the moisture is certainly where it needs to be. Alright, so I'm over at my buddy Nalen's in his shop right now. This is the miter station he's working on. This thing's going to be nice when he gets done with it. He's going to get the Craig track system put on top, Orion base. He's going to have 2 miter saws set up. It's going to be nice when it's done. This here's a bell saw. Here does this come out? 1950s. But it runs like a champ. It's on 240. This is where we're going to run the walnut through. All we have left now to run through this planer is what's going to be the top with this live edge. These will eventually, once they're cleaned up and I get a good edge on both sides, these will be glued up to make the top. I'm just not sure which way I'm going with it, but these last 2 boards will be the top, get them through the planer, and then once that's done, I'll get these back to my shop and we'll continue on this project. Well, we got down and do a couple layers of this. We realized how punky the outside of this live edge is. I mean, this is bad. So I might take a draw knife and completely get rid of all that. I'm going to lose some width, but I might be able to take another board and put a spacer in and the glue up. I love the live edge, and I want this to kind of have that rustic live edge look, but I can't have that rotten there. So I got to work around that. Back in the shop, in my wood shop, We got all the boards planed down, kind of rough cut a little bit. I did take a couple extra boards with me just in case there's some mess ups, but again, I don't know how much of this live edge I'm going to be able to use in this project. I might have to rethink the top on how I'm going to do the top. But we'll get back to this here soon. Winter has returned to Northwest Ohio. It's not 52 degrees out like it was a week ago. I'm going to get back in the wood shop. Just trying to get all this punky wood off. All this here needs to come out of here. But on the other side, the good wood does come up quite a bit. So there's going to be quite a bit of an angle there. Starting to get down to that good wood right there. You see the other side. I originally wanted this as the top. But I think, given what I got to work with, I might make this the top. We'll see how the other piece cleans up. Got a little bit of a wobble here. But I think if I clean these edges up just a little bit, get this wobble out, and then run these edges on the joiner, I think this would make a real nice rustic live edge top for a small walnut table. These blocks here, I have my tape. Two inches by almost 4. These are going to be all 4 of the legs. I need to determine how high I want this off the ground. I'm thinking 16 to 18 inch legs is what I'm going to get out of these. And it's not going to be anything fancy. I thought about maybe doing some fluting on it, but I think what I might do is once I get these cut to the right size and the width that I want, maybe 2 by 2, I got a taper jig that I made for the table saw. I might come down 5-6 inches and maybe make a taper on both sides of the leg. I don't know. We'll see when I get to that point. I have all 4 of these cut now to 2 inches by 2 inches square. Go over to my miter station, just set the stop at 18 inches and get them all the same length now. Now normally pieces of scrap this size I do pitch, but I'm not going to pitch walnut. Even if they go to a buddy of mine that has a nice lathe that turns pens, he'll appreciate those. Or I got another buddy that makes custom knives. He might want that walnut for handles. These 2 boards here, they're probably 6 inches, I don't know, 4 feet, 3.5 feet. Something like that. It's 3/4 inch stock, or that's what we got it milled down to, planed down to, is 3/4 inch. And these will be the sides and the ends, or the aprons, whatever you want to call them, that will go underneath the tabletop. And that's what I'll connect all 4 of the legs to. But the wife just informed me I need to go in the house and get a lasagna going for supper. This is gonna have to wait a little bit. Just got the lasagna in the oven. That's gonna take about an hour. I'm looking forward to supper tonight, I can tell you that. But I'm done in the shop here tonight. I just cracked my first beer, and when I do that, I don't like working with power tools, so. But that top, that rustic top, live edge top, I want that to dry overnight. I need to sand it, do a little bit of work on it. And then we'll figure out what we're gonna do with these legs. Being a live edge top, I don't want to get too fancy with this. Same with the skirting. I thought maybe doing like a little profile underneath, but we'll see. But we'll get back to this, the next day I work on it. When I started this project, I took a lot more walnut than I needed to for the planing process. Just in case I mess up, something cracks, or I got a bad spot in the board, I always want to have a lot of extra. Well, in this case, I got a lot of extra. Even this over here. This could make another project in itself, I think. And I have a buddy coming over next weekend. And I think one of the things we might do while he's here, he's kind of into woodworking too, and he's really good with a lathe. So we might make some more wooden mallets for his wood shop and my shop. These are really easy to make, they're fun to make, and the best part about it is you can use small scrap pieces of wood to do these. Maybe I'll make a video on that. I just got home from work a little bit ago. I got the top of this out of the clamps, gave it a quick sanding with some 180 or 80 grit sandpaper with the orbital sander. It's not looking too bad, but again, it's just a rustic live edge top. There is a crack that goes down quite a ways in this on both sides, and I think I might do an inlaid bow tie in there. It'll give it kind of a neat look, and it'll serve a function from that splitting anymore. But what I am going to do, I think, is make this a two-part video. I don't want this to be an extremely long, boring video to put you through. I'd rather put you through two short, boring videos. And I have a buddy coming up this weekend that's going to bring his lathe. I don't have a lathe in the shop, and I want to kind of put this on hold for now until he gets up here and maybe play around and maybe put a little bit of decorative detail on these legs. So this will be part one of part two of a live edge walnut table. In a recent video I put up on utilizing scrap wood, I had a little bit of poplar left, and I had an idea for a last little project. This is what I come up with. I put on these little fish decorative hooks, a couple shelves and some hooks here. You can just hang on the wall. And the reason I made this is a lot of times we have guys come out for the weekend, and if it's just a spot to put their personal stuff, if they want to crash in the barn room overnight, hang some hats, put their wallet, cell phone, their keys. And I can kind of move this wherever I want where it's convenient for a guest. So anyway, that's what I come up with that last little bit of wood. But I appreciate you joining me here today on Schick Happens. If you enjoyed this video, please like it, share it, and if you haven't already, please subscribe. And I'll see you in part two of this walnut table build.